All right, so welcome back to the McQueen and Goldie podcast, man. We got a very special guest here with us today, man. Mr. Smitty, man. What's popping with you, bro?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
You
Amazing.
know what I'm saying? Always got the, you know what I'm saying, the homie Goldie, man.
You know, game-god-goldie, the one and only.
The one and only, you know what I'm saying? The one and only. And as always, nigga, you know what I'm saying? As Goldie always be talking about, we about to just be bringing y'all that esoteric, you know what I'm saying, extraterrestrial game for your mind. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to start off with first introducing who you are, Smitty. Like, what is it that you do? Like, where are you from? Like, what's going on with you, brother?
So, I'm entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, man, from Chicago, bro. But I just moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
To pursue all my business adventures and meet more people. I had to get out of my environment. So, now I'm just doing a lot of networking and collabing with people at a higher level.
Okay.
So, just trying to maneuver through relationships that way.
Man, where you come from before you went to Atlanta?
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
No,
Okay.
It was Chicago.
How you feeling in Atlanta? How's it going?
It's smooth. In Chicago, like, man, I didn't. The crazy concept when it comes to like being from home and your home environment, I didn't meet no millionaires. Like,
yeah.
So like coming from like meeting 0 millionaires and then coming to Atlanta within 90 days,
Shit nuts.
I met 100 millionaires. I'm bumping shoulders with them, you know, interacting, building relationships.
And all it took was to change the location.
You get what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I could have been did this, 10 years ago.
That's some real game right there for y'all. Because look, I seen someone say, you know, this is a good analogy. It's like you could have this same water bottle and it could be sold for $1 at the fucking, you know what I'm saying, liquor store or whatever. You take that same water bottle and sell it at a baseball game. Now it's $5. You know what I'm saying? You take it, sell it at this motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, it's, you know what I'm saying? So it's just depending on the location. It's not, sometimes it's not you. It's just about the location. You know what I'm saying?
It's really that.
Man,
so, you know.
I tell the story all the time, man. When I was like 20 years old, man, I moved out of a place where I had a room and I went to Vegas to sleep in my car. I slept in my car, got dressed at the, it was the Monte Carlo at the time. I would go in there. They wouldn't let you need a key card. I would go in there. I would shower, I would iron my clothes because I needed to make it. And it was like until I moved, I knew in my hometown I couldn't be nothing.
Man, they're homies because, you know, I'm from LA, so.
Okay, I just heard that.
And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I've been doing this YouTube shit for like 9 years now. And I feel like it got to a certain point where niggas was too familiar with me, that they started to not really understand the value of who I see myself as, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like as far as like where I was trying to go, I couldn't really go past that because niggas wasn't seeing the value of that I was seeing. As soon as I moved to Miami, nigga, out of here. Just like you were saying, meeting all these millionaires, meeting all these people, making all these connections and this. So I just want to, you know, so I think that's really dope that you said that because, you know, I know for me at that time, I'm like, hold on, what, like, why is niggas not seeing what the fuck I see when I look in the mirror? You know what I'm saying? Hold up. I thought niggas call me, hey man, McQueen, you this, whoop, whoop. I don't know. I'm not really feeling the respect that I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling it. Then as soon as I move, you know what I'm saying? Now all these new connections, all these new opportunities, all these new things is coming. You know what I'm saying? So it just really opened my mind and opened my eyes to just like, you know what I'm saying? It's not you. Sometimes it's your location. I feel like also your hometown ain't never gonna really, as fucked up as it is, they're never gonna really like support you the way that you want to be supported until you go somewhere else, succeed, and then now niggas want you to come back. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a little tougher. I'm seeing that to get the hometown to be on board with everything how you really want.
Yeah.
But you know, man, truthfully, it's just like you don't even think about. I don't even think about it.
You know
what I mean? My mind got past it. I had a little glimpse of it at first. Like, man, why everybody at home don't move and shake with like what I got going on?
Yeah.
And after I realized it wasn't really happening, I'm like, well, shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, I got that mutual understanding. That's cool, but it's weird though. It's definitely weird. It's like you feel like they should back you 100,000%.
Exactly. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, and you're a very successful man, obviously. What is your take on, you know, because you know it takes a lot for us to get to, as men, to get to the point where you're successful. You know what I'm saying? Money's just flowing to you easily, abundantly. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot of pain, sacrifice, nigga, long nights, early mornings, crying, nigga, losing weight, nigga, you know what I'm saying? All types of sacrifice of getting backstabbed, losing everything, getting it back, losing everything, get it back. And then you finally get to that point, right, where you just, nigga, you a king, right? And then a woman come along and want you to stop all that shit to just be with her. when she wasn't there for the entire ride. What is your opinion on that?
So like, what aspect of it though? Because
meaning
it's
like, are you gonna stop or are you gonna be like, look, baby, you gotta look. Nigga, it took a long time to get here. I want you to be on this with me. But nigga, I'm finna knock some shit down. You know what I'm saying? Because it took a long time to get to this point. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying have other women? What you saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because look, I look at it like this. If we trace this shit back all the way to the greatest kings.
Yeah.
They always had a queen, but they always had some concubines too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think people need to be more mature of understanding of what it come with, like what possibly could happen. But truthfully, like if you're gonna decide to be with one woman, you're supposed to be with one woman. But does it always happen? No. And then that's why people be married and stuff be happening.
Yeah.
And for all these situations be happening because who got cheated on with Beyonce? Like all these people at a high level, have got. It's
Bill
like why?
Clinton,
Why has that happened?
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because men signed up for something that we are not biologically wired to be a part of. Like for example, a lot of niggas think they just want one woman.
Yeah.
They think that, but you tell this woman, like a lot of niggas will sit there and be like, nah, nigga, you supposed to be just with one woman. Nigga, if you had the choice to have one queen and be, you know, if you wanted to, like knock somebody, you would. You just don't have the choice. You know what I'm saying? And like I've heard this quote before too, like men are only as loyal as their options. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's true because like when nigga, we was talking about this off camera, nigga, like most of my life I didn't really get the respect and love and like benefits from women that I get now.
Yeah.
But it was just because I wasn't spiritually aligned and I didn't really believe. I feel like women are a reflection of your inner state. You know what I'm saying? The world is just a reflection of your inner state. So the moment I felt like I was that nigga, they started to reflect that. But most of my life, I'm 31 now.
Yeah.
Most of my life, I wasn't getting that type of respect. You know what I'm saying? It was mainly like me chasing, me having to convince them. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until I went inward and fixed everything, all the trauma, you know what I'm saying, got myself right mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, that they started to just mirror that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where most niggas are like going wrong is like, they're looking for external validation. And we was talking about this off camera. You know, a lot of guys, they be going and looking for they be trying to fuck bitches and deal with bitches that don't really like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they got a fat ass, they got some big titties, they want to spend all this money, take them out on days, go out their way to convince them to like them. But it's like, nigga, me personally, I can't like a woman that don't like me. I can't. I don't care how fat your ass is. I don't care how big your titty. I don't care, nigga, bitch. What have you done to be sitting here with me? You wasn't here for this entire ride, all the pain, the suffering, you know what I'm saying, the success, the losses, the failures, the sacrifice. You wasn't there for none of that. So you want to just come in here after you done did God knows what, your whole journey, and just stop my shit. You know what I'm saying? Do that make sense to you? No, be 100. Like, do that make sense to you?
In a sense, nah, but I think
in a sense, no.
It don't. But at the same time, it's like when you meeting somebody, it's gonna be new regards too. So like, how do we like gauge that? Because it's like it's gonna be a new person that we meet that we gonna be interacting with or building with, regardless if we built something or not too. So how do we gauge that? The meaning like how valuable it is for this person to come in your life or not?
What do you mean by that?
So any woman that you get that wasn't there. You know, if you haven't had that person that was there with you the whole time.
I get what you're saying.
So it don't matter who we choose. It's like any women gonna be that. So what do we do in that aspect?
Any woman gonna be that? I'm confused.
Any woman is gonna be a person who haven't been there with us throughout all these things that we went through to get to where we are. You get what I'm trying to say?
Not really.
You get what I'm trying to say, Goldie?
You understand what he's saying?
Yeah, he's saying any woman that you get right now, she didn't build with you. So how are you gonna value a situation at all? Do you not value no woman because she wasn't there?
Just before? None then.
Well, listen, I look at it like this: bitch got to pay the choosing fee.
What is that, bro?
See,
what's the choosing fee?
Bitch got to pay the choosing fee. Because look, I'm not just gonna give you my time, attention, money, and focus and resources and all this shit when you haven't proven to me why you deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Most women get by because of the way they look. Because most men allow that.
I'm agreeing with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like most men validate them because of the way they look. You know what I'm saying? And most men don't have sexual discipline. So they're led with their dick. They're led with their penis.
Yeah.
So they sit there and give all these women this false validation because they just want to knock them down. But what happens every single time once we bust a neck? You're like, this bitch ain't got no value. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be a little tough.
So what happens when you get in control of your sexual discipline?
Yeah.
And you take that lens off, you take the pussy off a pedestal, you know what I'm saying? What in reality, if you take off the lens of this bitch ain't got no, take the pussy off the table.
Yeah.
What do most of these bitches really have?
Yeah. So
No, answer the question.
No, so what I've seen from somebody that I'm actually interacting with right now. I'm so busy, right? Mm-hmm. And I never had this, and when now I see a big difference though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like when I'm working and I'm locked in, I never had nobody to just take care of everything else that was going on in the back of my mind that I knew needed to get taken care of without me having to think about it or do it. So like, it's this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done.
Yeah.
So when I get up and I think I have something to do, everything done, you can chill.
Exactly.
Food cooked, kids straight, this straight. Oh man, we set up the scheduling for that too.
Yeah.
We got a new event this weekend.
Yeah.
That's all done.
Yeah.
So when I didn't have it though, I just was getting it done. So I'm just moving through my groove, it was exhausting me. I just got done working hard all day. Yeah. I didn't feel like going to set all these rest of these things up. But like having that little connection with that part, it made me realize like, dang, that does make my life a little easier.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
does.
It made me a little peaceful. Like I could just relax the rest of the day because everything was taken care of.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it wasn't like I had to do more work. It was already just done for me. So I think that's been valuable.
Do you feel like if you didn't have kids, you'd be in a relationship, or it's because that's your son's mother, so it just makes sense?
It had a big nudge on it to be like making that decision to be like, all right, yeah, I would. But I think it was other stuff that came in place to really confirm why I did it. And there's one thing that my child's mother right now, she has not asked me for nothing since.
That's a beautiful thing.
I've met her.
Yeah.
And she's my child's mother. That was mind-boggling to me. It's literally nothing that she really asked me for.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time. And it's like, it was just odd to me that I never had that happen to me before ever in my life.
Yeah.
And then especially when someone has a kid with you, they start, having certain expectations and certain things. That, I need this because and it's never been that. And it shocked me. Even one time we had a store. I'm like, all right, the lady asked, like, are you getting all these shopping things? You getting all these things for yourself. You're going out of town sometimes. She was asking her, like, do you want anything? Do you want, tell them to get you some things? And she like, no, I don't want anything. And she was kind of like, the lady was looking at her like, you don't want anything? She was trying to force it on her to be like, just pick something. And I said it too, though. I look back like, you can get something, I don't care. But she like, I'm not just going to get something just because.
But that's why that bitch working at that store.
You know what I mean? She like, I'm not going to get something just because you telling me to get something. I don't really want nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I know genuinely it's just because.
That's hard to find. So I see why your perspective is where it's at, because you got a good woman.
Yeah.
Everybody don't got that. You came here on a private jet.
Yeah.
From Atlanta.
For sure.
Yeah, you came
that's player.
Private jet doing it
that's player.
On that level.
Yeah.
What he was saying earlier is it's like this. You coming in on a private jet, you living the way you living. If you didn't have a woman and a woman came into your life, don't you feel like you should be able to say, I can do whatever I want to do and you should just accept it? Or would you still be like, nah?
That's a good perspective. I ain't gonna lie. It was definitely be like some setting rules to be like, hey, this is how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm definitely to what I want. You know what I mean? To say exactly what I want, and then you can't deter what I want and how I want it. It got to be some laid out rules to be like, I built this foundation. You want to come into this foundation? I'm with y'all on that. Like, hey, you got to come. You got to come in along to the lines of what I got going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, we just trying to spread the game, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas be so mind boggled about this, but I understand because it's like we have been propagated like through Disney movies, all this shit that we supposed to be chasing abroad. You know what I'm saying? She's the
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Like Prince running around the city looking for a peasant trying to find her shoe.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But like if men just really understood their value, went inward, then they automatically get the women, the all the beautiful things that life have to offer as a byproduct. You know what I'm saying? But instead, men perpetually just chase on the external. The women, the this, and this, and then they still feel empty at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Man, you do some tricking, like big tricking? Like you go out to the strip club, spend some ones?
I do every once in a while. I stopped a lot. I used to do it a lot.
Yeah, you in Atlanta too.
Yeah, I used to do it a lot. Like I used to do it like, boy, I used to be out. You know what I mean? Doing it crazily. But now, I got a little smarter with my money. I got a little more educated. And I started realizing what I was doing. Every weekend, I'm just paying women bills because she did a little dance. And then I went back home and just was just feeling like I lost a lot of money.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
At some point, this
ain't nothing even happened. Ain't nothing even happened. Look, I was dancing. I lost 4,000.
I'm glad
this don't feel good.
You see what I'm saying? I'm glad you said that. Because what do I look like? Because look, that situation right there, that represents what most women have to offer. So what the fuck I look like spending my whole life to get to this point of success for a bitch like that to come in here and just tell me to stop, slow down, and give all my time and attention to you.
Yeah.
Bitch, what? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I think the generation is getting a little more mature on when it comes to men and how they are.
Yeah.
And what a woman will have to deal with for a person, from a man that's at a certain level in life, it's starting to become a more clear conversation with maturity of understanding that a lot of men at a higher value, hey, it ain't easy. It ain't gonna be an easy road.
Yeah.
He not just gonna just be a perfect man by tomorrow, just because you came to this life. Now, I'm just being truthfully honest. It's gonna take time, I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over time, I feel like men can do and be where they need to be for a woman, but that stuff is hard, bro. Like they gotta do a scientific project on how hard that is. You know what I mean? And you do get better as you get older.
Yeah.
But man, you gotta. It ain't easy, and we ain't perfect. So like stuff be happening. You know what I mean? But you gotta gain a lot of maturity and a lot of mental capacity to be able to.
So let's just say it didn't work out with your baby mama, which obviously it is. Let's just say it didn't. Would you consider like having multiple women, like living a poly lifestyle?
I thought about it. I used to think about it a lot. I used to think about it a lot, actually. I just think it'd be hard to get it to work because of how women are, though.
Yeah.
Like, I watched some of them. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I watched a couple people who had them. I was watching. I'm trying to figure out what was going on. How y'all maneuvering through this? Like, what's going on in your life? Is it episodes where it's people going crazy? And it always seemed like something wild going on, somebody arguing, somebody doing something. It ain't never I ain't never seen a long, smooth poly wire.
That shit don't happen. That shit
don't happen, bro.
So many personalities, and a woman gonna try to convert you eventually. That's why if you do it, you gotta have every woman in their own place.
Yeah,
all in house. To me, I can't do it. That's a headache.
Bro. It's gonna be hard. I just feel like. I don't know how people could be able to do that if they were to try to do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said, me personally, I can't deal with multiple women at one time.
Oh, it's hard.
It is one queen. But like going back to the choosing field I was telling you about, right? Like for example, okay, like I'll ask, and this is gonna be controversial for some reason. Girls got an issue with this, but if I go and approach a woman, okay, let's say I'm at a party and she walked, you know what I'm saying, we somehow start talking, or let's say I see her on the street and I'm like, hey, listen, I think you're really beautiful. Do this, man. What's your name, man? Hey, listen, we should go on a coffee date. What? Coffee date? That's just low maintenance. What? All right, then, bitch, you're not paying the choosing fee, because you telling me that my time. And you don't see the value in just getting to know me, just with no. You want me to pay for your time? I don't even know you, but I use my valuable time and energy to come and let you know that I'm interested in you. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, should show that you're interested in me equally, and then we build off of that.
Yeah.
But you want me to just come straight into the game and just shower you with money, time, focus, energy? You want me to give you all for what? What have you done? What have you done for that? You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, man. A lot of people,
I'm saying his perspective.
A lot of dudes talk about what a man is. A man's a provider. A man is this. Is a man's worth based on his money?
Nah, it's not. I don't think it's not. But it's a big percentage.
Yeah,
I think it's a big percentage because being able to take care of everything. Is
but let me ask you this: if you lost all your money right now, you'd be able to get it back, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because of who? Because of the person you built.
Yeah.
Right? So 100%. How is it that the money could make you valuable?
It's part of it, though.
It's a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
But if you the reason why you're able to, if you were to, God forbid, lose your money, you can get it right back, and that's because of the character and the mind and the skills and the things that you went through, experiences to build the person that can get it back.
Yeah.
But if a nigga just got paid, like if some random nigga just got paid $1 million, he gonna blow that shit and he's not gonna be able to get it back because he didn't go through the life experiences to build the character to be able to multiply and get it back. You know what I'm saying? So in that perspective, yeah, that nigga, his worth is based off his money. But a man's value, in my opinion, is his knowledge, his game, like his leadership.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can elevate you mentally, spiritually. Every single aspect of you is going to increase by just being around me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's way more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Than monetary. And I feel like if a woman,
but if you broke, bro, and you got these characteristics to be able to do all those things, that's cool and all, bro. But if you broke and she got to take care of the bills, then what's your response to that?
But my thing is, like, my response is, I don't think if you're really that, if you have all the characteristics, I don't believe you can be broke. I don't believe. Then you're
no, it's not. But we got to talk about if this person is broke, though.
Yeah. Then I don't feel like he got the characteristics.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that don't really make sense.
It could be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with y'all though. The characteristic of that is a person that's gonna be able to build, to be able to not be broke.
A nigga that is focused, disciplined.
But a man could be there for a woman being, you know, oh, I love you, oh, courting her, oh, being nice, oh, he in the gym and all this stuff, and he physically straight and all these things, and not be financially straight because he don't understand the financial game yet. You know what I mean? And just be at a low, and he can't take care. They can't go on vacation. They can't have fun and freedom. Then where that lie at?
Then I feel like you shouldn't be. You're not that yet. You're not that yet. You're not what you think you are. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So he shouldn't be dating. He shouldn't be with women yet.
I don't think so. I don't think women should be your primary focus.
What you think? So if a dude is broke, you feel like he should be dating?
Nah, he gotta build his foundation.
That's
he
what
gotta
I'm
get it
saying.
together. He should.
So it's just like I don't feel like that's my whole point is that I don't. You saying, oh, what if a nigga is broke and you can't? It just doesn't match. You can't be. Something's missing. Yeah. If you're broke and you are also saying you're this man who has all the, no, you're not. Because nigga, if you were, then you would have everything as a byproduct. That's just universal law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
because I'm thinking about like this, like even like my grandfather was like a good dude, man. Like stayed with my grandma years and years and years. He just didn't understand how to start businesses and investments and had to know about credit and know about start doing all the things. And he just worked a job at a little battery place for 20 years. And it was just like, he was just making money to take care of the family, make sure he was good. But then we had no extra money. Like he had no extra money for my grandma. Yeah. And it's just like, I feel like he took care of her, make sure she was good. But when he took care of the bills, it's just over. You know what I mean? We ain't had no extra. And I don't feel like he was not the man of those characteristics. I feel like he had the characteristics to make sure our family and all the grandkids we was straight. We either go to grandma's house, we was over there, you know what I'm saying, making sure eating up their food and doing these things. And he was there throughout, and he ain't never cheating or none of this. Well, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To our knowledge, he ain't get caught or whatever the case may be.
I think it's so disrespectful when women demean a man because he doesn't have, like all the riches in the world. So you're telling me that, like, when girls say, "Oh, you're not a man if you can't just buy me this Birkin bag," what? So you're telling me the man over there in Colombia that's working his ass off, you know what I'm saying, doing hard physical labor every motherfucking day to bring and provide for the family back at the crib, and his wife is cooking 4 meals a day, you know what I'm saying, and cleaning, doing all these things that she's supposed to be doing. And she's treating that man like a king. That man, you're saying that dude is not a man because he's not rich. That's not a man?
No, that's a man.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But I ain't know really when a woman gonna want that man.
But I'm saying in his realm, they do want that.
Oh, where he from?
That's my point is just like, like these women, like I just don't understand. It just to me it doesn't compute when this is like what. I look at it like this, and I'm speaking from my own personal perspective. I didn't get the things that I want from women and from life until I actually was a vibrational match. If I'm saying I want this and I want that, but I'm not, but I'm also still drinking, partying, smoking, doing all these things that are lowering my vibration on a daily basis. Yeah. And I'm saying, oh, I want these high vibrational experiences. You can't get that. Right. Because you're not that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Leverage. I know you seen the DDG situation with the girl, he going through it. I say it all the time. You got kids. Yeah. I tell dudes all the time, you can never know a woman until she has leverage on you. You could be with a woman 5 years, 10 years. Until that woman has some leverage on you, you really don't know who she is. And as soon as she get a baby, as soon as y'all get married, that's when her true color shows. What you think about that?
Yeah, I believe you see more out of a person than you would before that you couldn't see before because y'all didn't have that in place. So
I say all the time, sometimes you got to put out tests on a woman. If you don't, when your son's mother you got sons?
Daughters.
Yeah, okay, daughters. Okay, that's what's up. When she got pregnant, was there any type of different way she was acting now that she knew she had you?
I had a good situation with both of my child's mother to where I didn't come across no situation where stuff got weird or changed or had to be different. I feel like they were smooth for the most part.
Hey, well then you got to give us that game. How do you pick a woman? Obviously, you picked the right one. How did you vet that? How did you pick that?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I usually don't even do that. I had 2 girlfriends in my life.
Yeah.
That like two girlfriends in my life. That's it.
Yeah.
I usually don't do it. I just never did it. I was choosing like I'm cool. Like I don't want to do this thing.
Yeah.
Every time that I did choose to do it, I had a kid. I had a kid, man. You know what I mean? So it just so happened to happen like that every time.
So those were your girlfriends for a long period of time.
Yeah.
I feel like you feel like that's one of the reasons you were successful because you just had one girl and you wasn't outside trying to do all this extra stuff.
That wasn't my reason though.
Nah.
Me personally, that's my reason. I just put in the work like a motherfucker. Like I die hard, just put in the work and learn it. But that part didn't matter. Actually, the girl that I was with, man, like I was just dealing with at the time.
Yeah.
When I was transitioning to learning about business and going about to make that transformation to my growth that I knew that I could do, I was in my learning bag, grinding bag, just locked in season. She didn't understand it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it was terrible. So like it was cool before I started this stuff. I started like staying in the house, learning, watching YouTube, not going outside no more. We ain't going on dates that much no more. I'm staying up 4 o'clock in the morning on the bed. She coming out pissed. She like, nigga, what are you doing? Like we supposed to be going on vacation. You supposed to be in the bed. I've been asleep. I woke up. You still ain't here. You supposed to be doing that. And she started to frustrate. I'm like, bro, don't you see I'm trying to buckle down and build something? Like, what are you doing?
How you navigate
irritating me? Like,
yeah.
It was terrible, and I realized quick, like, I'm not gonna be able to take you with me on this journey.
Exactly.
You gonna have to get up out of here fast.
Yeah. Exactly.
I see it too. I see it. I can feel it. What's finna come? And you over here doing this? You finna hold me back?
Yeah.
How much faster could men weed those types of women out though if they just take the pussy off the pedestal?
Oh no, for sure, for sure.
You can skip all that
nigga.
shit.
Though day one, no, it's not day one, but like you fast. I feel what you're saying.
Without taking them, don't spend. Man, you want. Look, you want to weed a woman out? Don't give her no money. Don't give her no lavish dates. Don't give her. See how she react to that. Yeah. That'll tell you everything. Like I said, even with the coffee date thing, I use it as like we was talking about tests. You know what I'm saying? Like the girl I'm dealing with right now, I say, yo, let's go get some coffee. She's like, okay, cool. Listen, I ain't really spent no money on her yet. Nigga, she just bought me a trip to Curacao. Nigga, do you even know where that is?
No.
I didn't either.
What is that?
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, it's like a fucking tropical island, nigga. Pay for the trip, pay for the flights and the motherfucking Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? That's the choosing fee.
So y'all basically feel like it's women out here that can move like that. More men need to realize that it's women out here like that they need to rock with women like that.
Yes.
Stop rocking with the women that's looking for all this upper echelon stuff.
And the thing is, sometimes you'll rob a woman of even doing that for you if you start leading with the bag too soon. I say it all the time. Like you make the woman fall in love with your hand and she didn't even have a chance to like you. If you didn't do nothing, that's why like you dudes lose their money. All of a sudden a girl unhappy. It's because she fell in love with the lifestyle because you led with that. Yeah. And I made the mistake of doing that. Get with a woman. We doing vacations every other month. We going to the most lavish restaurants. And I realized she liked this lifestyle. I ain't give her a chance to like me.
Yeah, exactly. But I also feel like a lot of men know that they don't have anything else to fucking offer though.
But the lifestyle money
exactly.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is why you gotta educate yourself, start, being around the right people and learning because it is a lot more than just that shit. You're right.
Right. And on them higher level mentors that you got, do they have wives? Do they have girlfriends? What's their situation?
90% of them have wives.
Yeah.
That I've been coming across, all of them got wives for the most part. I think, do all of them do? Yeah.
So I look at it like this, like I'm not gonna let no woman come in here and treat me any less than the way I see myself. Yeah. And that's why I think going back to the thing we was talking about, like, is a man's worth based off of his money? No. Yeah. It's about how you genuinely feel on the inside. When you look in the mirror, are you proud of what you see? If you truly are, you're not gonna let no woman come in here and try and dictate what the fuck you got going on, try and make you feel less than. You know what I'm saying? Talking to you crazy, trying to tell you, you should stop doing this. You need to stop doing it. You need to, for what? You crazy? Yeah. Bye. You need to leave. You know what I'm saying? Because you're literally stopping. They always say like the most important decision you're going to make as a man is the woman you choose to be with. Fact. And that's facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like the woman next to you, the people around you, they could be secretly your biggest haters. You know what I'm saying? They could be your biggest anchor. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I've been with women in the past that have just been had terrible energy. The moment I cut them off, my life immediately elevated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I was so blinded by the pussy.
Did that happen with your woman?
Yeah. I know she kicking the air right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I know she fighting the air right now. What's going on? You know.
Right. Man. Sick as hell.
Yeah. You got rid of her at the right time, but at the same time, I say it all the time. Some dudes gotta get rid of that woman, because even when you changing, a woman always want to relegate you to who you used to be. Yeah, they don't want to respect you at where you at. So sometimes you just got to get a whole new woman who gonna respect you at the level that you accomplished.
Yeah, it was crazy though. I felt it fast though. I'm like, you keep nagging, you keep doing this. I cut her off.
Yeah,
I just cut it off. I didn't care what was previously happening. I understood what journey I was on, and I knew I had to cut it off.
But that's what I'm saying. You understood your value.
Yeah,
most niggas don't. And that's why they keep getting perpetually played with over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Because they just don't get it. That niggas just won't wake up, you know? But hey, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we was talking about it off camera, like, it's so obvious that most of the world still thinks the way we were all propagated to think. You know what I'm saying? Chase the woman, she's, you know what I'm saying, give her all this time, give her all this, chase. Yeah. But it's interesting to watch, like when you just deliver this new way of thinking, how you can't really argue with it. You know, we was just talking off camera, they're like, oh shit, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, because it's like, but most people don't talk that way. Most people don't have that level of respect for themselves, so they can't even wrap their mind around that. You know what I'm saying? But and I feel it because I was there too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just the whole goal with the podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's just like let niggas know like what their real value is. You know what I'm saying? You know. But a lot of men don't want to wake up. You know. But you know.
So what they gotta do? So what's like the top 3 things they need to do to understand they value enough to like?
Number one, like who likes you. Right, I don't know if you ever heard this story. I talk about when I was 16 years old. I was in the club. My uncle used to take me to the club. Fine, little light skin, just my type, everything right in the middle of the dance floor. She playing with me. She playing these games with me. My uncle, he put his hand on my shoulder. He say, stop looking at that bad bitch that you like and start looking at that little funny looking bitch in the corner that's looking at you. Right, and it changed my perspective in life. He said, that woman right there, she gonna give you a problem. That woman in the corner, she gonna do everything for you. And that switched my paradigm at 16 years old, and that's why I say
that's real though.
My life and relationships are smooth. I don't have any problems because I only pick the woman who looking at me. I don't shoot for the baddest bitch. I shoot for the bitch who think I'm the baddest nigga. I only look for the woman who looks at me like a superstar, and everything else is easy. She's not looking for problems. She's overlooking problems. A woman you chasing, she's finding problems. So that's like number one. If you violate that rule, everything else gonna be worse.
No, facts.
I ain't gonna lie, that perspective crazy, Goldie.
It's the truth though.
Cause like, boy, we've been doing the other way so long.
Yes,
but that's so true. But like, it's hard to do that though. It's hard to do that.
It's hard until you get a woman like that.
Until you understand, get that feel.
Who giving you everything you want. You ain't even gotta
you can't come back down.
She's not looking for problems. She looking for solutions. You know, when you get a woman like that, you'll never be able to go back to another one.
Yeah, it's the law of exposure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying once I seen a woman, man, like
hold on though, so they could be ugly.
This is my thing. I'm not saying you gonna
be honest. Don't get on here capping.
I ain't.
Don't get on here capping. Come on, man.
Listen. I'm gonna break it down. I ain't gonna pick Rasputia, but what I'm saying is, the woman choosing you out of that pool, that's where you choose from. And this is how I say all the time. I used to live in a lifestyle. I put a wig on a pig. I'll turn a woman up. If you really break down most women that you say is a 10, it's the hair, it's the makeup, it's the work they got done, it's the BBL, it's the titties. I can build a bitch into anything. So why not choose the woman choosing me, see me as a superstar, put $15,000, $20,000 into her and make her beautiful? And how could you not love a woman? She's gonna be beautiful to me no matter what she look like if she really like me.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie. she can like me a lot, but I gotta be physically attracted to her. I gotta be.
No, I'm not saying
because I gotta
you
wake
just
up every day.
some ugly
no,
woman.
for sure. But I'm just saying because it's a lot of women that's not up to par, physically wise, that will be willing, just openly, heartedly do whatever you want and treat you like the king you want.
Nah, it's not. But
Well,
they
what
out
I've
there
seen,
though. They out there though.
Yeah, I believe you. But the most of the time, the women that's willing to do it fast, like we want, they not attracted to our like that. But I see what you're saying too about building them up.
I mean, look, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like the ones you talking about is like the 9s and 10s.
No, hold on. The angle I'm talking about, the ones that's bogus and that look ugly. That's what I'm talking about. They like the 3s and the 4s.
No. You saying the ones that's up to par physically? You think about the 9s and 10s?
Yes. Okay.
But
like
let's break this down.
Yeah.
What else do those most of the times in your experience? Yeah. Those 9s and 10s besides pussy, what else do they have to offer?
What else do they have to offer? I'm saying who we
nothing.
Talking? Now who we talking about?
Nothing. Nigga.
Women. Okay. So hold on. It was the environment though. Hold on. This is what I'll say. It's depending on your environment though. Because back when I was back at home in an environment there, that pool of women and the women I was around, because of what I was doing and what life I was choosing to be around, them type of women, I was in the club every night, every week, traveling, going to the strip club, them type of women was in my facility all the time, and them type of women I kept connecting with. Now my lifestyle is I'm at entrepreneurial events, I'm at conferences, I'm at podcast settings with multimillionaires, I'm at all these things. And the type of women that I interact with now, they mindset way different. They can have a conversation. They moving and grooving. They got their own thing going on. They don't need a man for nothing. So I believe is really the environment. I see the shift in the women that I just have multiple interactions with and conversations with now versus what I used to have. That shit was terrible.
That's a fact. Show me what you catch. I'll show you where you fish.
For sure.
But so I will say this. A lot of dudes don't really realize how many women out here is actually choosing them because they too busy doing the choosing. You ain't even got your eyes open for the woman who's choosing. Because every man, it's 3 billion women in this world. It's like when you walk into a club, a woman seen a dude she be like, damn, that man is fine. I hope he talk to me. That's the only woman you should be looking for, a woman who sees you like that. That's all I'm saying. If a woman don't see you like that, I don't even want her.
I agree with that.
You like Latino women?
They nice, like the Colombia.
The Colombia. Okay, so you know exactly what the archetype I'm talking about.
Yeah, they talking about
big ass booty, sexy ass, thick ass thighs, big ass titties, nice lips, all that shit, right?
Yeah,
nigga, in your mind right now, just stripped all that shit down. Take away the ass, take away the titties, take away the filler,
the makeup.
Take away the makeup, take away the lashes, take away. What value does she have? Answer me.
I mean, depending on the woman.
No, nigga. What value does she have when you?
She's not gonna look as good. No. That what you saying?
No. Not just the looks.
What you saying?
I'm saying, what value? How is she going to help your life? What value is she gonna bring? Is she gonna be elevating you mentally, spiritually, physically?
She could. Because you can't just say every woman can't. I mean, it's women that do it, women that don't.
Most women can't.
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, well, look.
50-50.
Okay, but to his other point, if you take the makeup, all of this stuff from most women,
for sure,
most women are average at best because average is the majority. You get what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
So therefore, if most women are average at best,
it's tough out here. You take off everything. It's tough out here.
So what I'm saying. So if you deal with a woman that's like maybe like a 7, okay, that on the look scale, okay, if you can easily, if that's what makes a bad bitch, the titties, the ass, all that shit that is attachments, okay, she bought that or she didn't even buy it. Somebody else bought it for her, okay. Why don't I just take the 7 that's treating me like a fucking king?
For sure.
And if she shows me that she's really about me, then if all I gotta do to turn her into a bad bitch is throw some ass and titties on her, nigga, I'll do that shit. She deserves that. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all care about that shit though? Like, if she do or don't, got the body figure and all the.
Now I don't. I mean, don't get a fuck though. I want no ugly bitch.
I'm gonna be real. I don't. I went after that for so long.
Yeah.
And when I got that, when I did get the statue I was, and I got what I didn't like the type of women they were, and I'm like, this is trash. I don't even want this for real. I'm just doing it because it's lust. Like I started not liking it. I started like, I don't even want that. No more.
But that's my point though.
This, you know what I mean?
But that's my point though.
Yeah. So you realize you don't even like all that.
It's just like, I don't know. Men got to get to a point where they transcend like that lust. You know what I'm saying? Because really, most of the time, behind that, they have nothing to offer.
I agree with that. That's
they
what
don't.
happened.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what happened. I got to a certain place in life. I started playing the games with them type of women, and boy, I got chewed up.
Yeah,
Give us a story.
I got chewed up with them, boy. This was when I really knew it was real. I looked at this. I'm like, yo, they is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was with a lady one time, and then bruh, I got home and she went back to where she was at. We different states. Yeah. So I flew out to where I was at. We was chilling for a weekend, and then I come back home. I look on the ground like 2 days later. She on the floor seats with a whole nother dude on the basketball game.
Floor seats.
With a little drink, her nice outfit on. She walking in, hold hands with a whole nother man. Looking around like, bro, I know you ain't just said all this stuff you just said did with me and act like everything is loving with me. We be having a time of our life. And then 2 days later, I see you on floor seats with a whole nother man acting like this is just the best time of your life. And you was lied about where you was at and everything.
Yeah. How you find her on her Instagram?
Nah, I seen her on somebody else's Instagram on down there, right there. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. Looking at his picture, seeing her in there.
What'd she say when you confronted her?
She tried to lie. I was like, I seen this in the picture. She couldn't respond.
Yeah.
You cut her off after that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so
that was terrible.
That's just like I said, man. But you had to go through those types of women for you to understand the value in a woman that isn't necessarily a 10 on the look scale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like that's the thing is that men just don't see the value in women like that. There's this thing called a reticular activation system, right? So if I told you to focus on like all the red in this room, right?
Yeah.
And you're just gonna be looking at every little thing in here that's red, okay? You're not even gonna notice the green that was staring at you over there because you're so focused on the red. The green represents that woman that actually likes you. Most men are looking for the red, the 10s. You know what I'm saying? The bad bitches, the big titties, the fat ass, but most of the times they're not gonna do anything for your life at all. You know what I'm saying? So if you take the pussy off the pedestal because that's really what the fuck all they got, okay? What else? Now she got to come with some real value. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Queen buddy, man.
He
not playing about that line at all.
Being 100,
not playing, boy.
This be 100. Because look, it'd be funny when the bitch I am the table. What does the table consist of?
What if she got her stuff together though, bro?
What is to you, in your opinion, what is a woman? What is a woman?
She's nurturing, she's catering, she's smart, and she does what you tell her and do more.
Okay.
And it ain't even about the looks and stuff like that. And she don't ask you for money, stuff like that.
Do you usually see that in the 9s and 10s?
No, most of them no.
That's my point.
Most of them no.
Yeah, man. Hey, I like dealing with entrepreneurial women. Like a woman on my same type of time, she can relate to what I'm doing. Yeah. It's something about a woman who's an entrepreneur. She respects your money because she work for her money. Women who don't really work for their money, it's easy for them to, I want this, because they don't respect it because they ain't have to work for it.
All right, y'all. That's it for today's podcast, man, with McQueen and Goldie and the homie Smitty, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. A lot of game for you guys, man. Smitty, you got any last things to say, brother?
Yeah, man.
Where can they find you?
Yeah, on social media, Smitty the GOAT on all platforms, man. And I would say, from y'all angle, man, y'all probably hear first, man, focus on yourself.
Yeah.
If you, as a man, focus on yourself, focus on learning, focus on becoming a person that can be, in position to be able to help a woman or be able to have her in her element to where she just help where you lack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be the man that's just be all the areas of, then look for the woman.
Do you feel like the things we talked about today is something that, like, the mindset is what a lot of men should start to adopt?
Some of the things y'all was saying, yeah, some of the things, it depends.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. But some of this perspective is a little different and new to think about that I think a lot of people do need to hear the conversation about.
Yeah.
Because some of that stuff is kind of like true, bro. It's like you need to look at it in this lens to see, like, is this truly what it is or how it's supposed to be? Yeah. 100%. I'm agreeing. Right. Yeah. Some of it's just like, it's 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Y'all boys crazy, though. Y'all boys crazy.
Hell yeah. All right, man. We'll see you guys next time.